Let's talk about different dimensions. Here's what I wrote in my notes. If all of time happens right now, all dimensions, all spatial dimensions exist here. All of time is now, all of space is here. All of time is now, all of space is here. All dimensions are right here. First dimension, second dimension, third dimension, fourth dimension, all around us, right here, happening right here. Which means if all dimensions, all spatial dimensions are happening right here, then all spatial entities exist right here in space. Meaning fourth dimensional beings exist right now, here, right here. Fifth dimensional beings, here in this plane. Sixth dimensional, here. The only thing is, because we are in three-dimensional forms, we lack the ability to perceive any entity that exists here that is not a in a three-dimensional form, because these senses are only suited for the perception of things and forms and bodies in this dimension and below. And the reason I say that is because shadows, I don't know if you can see, oh, there we go, so there's a shadow. Da-da-da. Okay, 3D pen leaves 2D shadow. See that? I don't think my shadow, if my shadow had a form or eyes, it may not be able to perceive the pen. Or if it does, or if it did, the pen would appear to it only as like a shimmering, glowing kind of shadow, right? That's the same thing with ETs. What we might be perceiving somehow is or are fourth dimensional bodies, forms, aircrafts, whatever you want to call it, that like are sort of breaking the barrier, so to speak, between the dimensions. And maybe they possess the ability to sort of drop down to this dimension, but they're all in the same space. But then that means even like out of the corner of your eyes, sometimes when you see something that appears to be a shadow, that shadow might be a two-dimensional form or a fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional form that you presently in your 3D form lack the ability to perceive. This is it, folks. So any sort of idea that you have of like a utopia is here. You just can't see it. So you don't have to like go off into this. It's here. This heaven, it's here. If there is a hell, it's here. You just can't perceive it. I don't believe in heaven or hell, by the way. I understand the history of the word hell, Hela, Valhalla, right? This is Norse mythology. Even ancient Hebrews did not believe in a concept of hell, but I digress. I'm just saying any worse dystopian sort of reality. It's all here. Everything is here, which honestly, when you look around, is pretty fucking fantastic. The way I came to that conclusion was just like, I was like looking at my shadow. I was like, wait, I could perceive my shadow. And then I also realized that like, even when I play a video game and the video game appears to be in 2D, this is a 2D form, right? It's a 2D form. It lacks depth. It lacks the third dimension pop out to 3D or whatever. Maybe one day I'll turn it into a 3D hologram that you can touch. But right now it's in 2D, right? So it's pretty flatland. Right? But it's still here. Like I could touch a drawing, right? Even when I play like a VR game, the game and even that reality, right, is still in this dimension. So the helmet in which I'm perceiving that reality is in the third dimension. And even though those characters that I'm playing as appear to me as, you know, two-dimensional sort of beings, right, because they lack depth, it's still in the third dimension, which then means that like literally as above, so below, as below, so above, whatever it is it's playing us, if we are sentient, you know, if we're conscious beings playing as sentient Sims, it's here. This world is still in like whatever, let's say it's a fourth dimension where this reality is being projected from. It's still here. Everything's here. I don't, that's fun for me. Like my mind is just like, because I just think like, gosh, like, so where is it? Then where do we go? But even like your computer, like your phone, when you log onto your phone, it's still like Instagram that you're watching this on YouTube that you're watching is still in this 3. It's not a magical. Everything that you dream about, like 2Ds and 3D, it's them. You know what? Actually, when I get off this, I'm going to buy Russian doll because I need that in my life. Like, why not? Right? It's all boom, 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 boom. Everything is all contained in one sort of here and now. Everything is here and now. All of time is now. All of space, including all spatial dimensions, they're not higher up. I mean, not really. Everything you watch on Instagram is of 3D people. You're just perceiving them in 2D.